one game short. Just one game. The Cubs played 162 games and missed a chance to reach MLB's postseason by one game last year. It was the first time that happened in the history of the franchise. The Cubs were a team that controlled their destiny in the middle of September, rallying back from being 10 games under a few months earlier. But the Cubs finished 5-12 in their final 17 games and missed the postseason for the third straight year.
We just didn't finish the race. Painfully, we did not finish the race. Certainly there's positives to take from the season, both organizationally, and there's certainly positives to take as a major league team, but right now we're sort of stuck thinking about what could have been, and so ultimately we have to live with that.
The Cubs have lived with it for the past 6 months. They enter this season determined to return to the postseason for the first time since 2020. One of the Cubs' first moves for 2024 was hiring Craig Counsell to replace David Ross as Cubs skipper. Counsell had led the Brewers to 5 postseason appearances in the past 6 seasons, winning the NL Central for the third time in 2023. With talent at the MLB level and one of the strongest farm systems in the game, Counsell made the move across the state border to join the Cubs after signing a record-setting 5-year, $40 million contract.
From a baseball standpoint, the organization is just in great health. Jed presented a very compelling vision of that. It is time to be a Cub. There is momentum happening here, and it feels close. And that means there's a really exciting future ahead of us. And now it's my job to be part of taking us to the next level.
The Cubs addressed a roster by picking up options on Kyle Hendricks and Yan Gomes. Drew Smyly elected to return. But All-Star Marcus Stroman decided to leave in free agency, and that left a gap in the Cubs' rotation. Just before Cubs convention, the front office found a starting pitcher in Japanese left-hander Shota Imanaga. They signed him to a 4-year, $53 million contract. Imanaga caught the Cubs' attention from the moment he was introduced.
Hey, Chicago. What do you say? Cubs gonna win today.
Then they acquired infielder Michael Busch and reliever Yency Almonte in a trade with the Dodgers. But even then, the Cubs were not complete. Not with Cody Bellinger, still an unsigned free agent after winning NL Comeback Player of the Year.
Before we get to next year, we got to re-sign Belly, so that's all I'm going to say.
First, the Cubs addressed their bullpen by signing durable reliever Hector Neris to a 1-year, $9 million deal at the end of January. Bellinger remained on the market as pitchers and catchers reported to Sloan Park in Mesa, Arizona. Then, position players arrived for full squad workouts. Bellinger was still unsigned. Then, in the middle of a Saturday night, more than 10 days into Camp Council, reports surfaced that an agreement was reached. Bellinger was returning to the Cubs on a 3-year, $80 million deal. He's coming back to deal with some, quote, unquote, unfinished business.
I mean, we were so close last year, really got banged up towards the end. And, for me to come back here with almost the same team, to experience playoff in Chicago is something that I want to do. And it's something that I want to experience. And it's a big part of the reason why I did want to come back here. So I'm glad it all worked out. And that's what I'm going to strive to do every day.
One game. Even in a 162-game season, one game can make all the difference. The Cubs have been waiting for one game for 6 months, and now the wait is over.